I was sprinting while I was on the treadmill, and all of a sudden I kind of felt my arm jump funny. I thought, oh, that's weird, and I thought I better go sit down. So then I walked off the treadmill and went to go sit down on a bench and just boom, fell down. Nowhere did it ever occur to me that I was having a stroke, that something major was wrong. Nobody was in the gym with me. I realized I couldn't move anything on my left side, so I was kind of trying to wrap my right leg around another machine that I was near to pull myself up, because my phone, of course, was up on the treadmill at the time, so I couldn't even call anybody for help. Luckily, I heard the door click, and some young kid kind of came in probably about 5 minutes after I'd fell down.
I had the TV on and the phone rang, and I thought, well, that's unusual, because I could see that it was her number, and I thought, well, why would she be calling me? It wasn't her talking on the other end. The young man asked me what I wanted to do, and I said, well, put Angie on the phone. And he put Angie on the phone, and I talked to her for about 2 seconds, and I could tell that there was something wrong with her, so I said, call the squad.
But I did realize, I couldn't move, I couldn't stand up, but again, it still never set in that something was majorly wrong.
I walked in the gym, and right away the EMTs are saying, we think Angie's had a stroke. How does a 37-year-old gal have a stroke? And she doesn't have bad habits, she's never smoked, exercises regularly, watches her diet. Then when I sit in the waiting room at the hospital for 45 minutes, and by that time then I go in and see her, and I can definitely see the effects of the stroke. That was very scary. That's when reality hit home, And then I met Dr. Zadot, and he told me what he was going to do. Well, he had instilled a pretty good level of confidence in myself, and Angie's folks were there at the time.
Angie became my patient when I was on call that night, and she had her stroke suddenly. I immediately realized that this is a large stroke, very disabling stroke. If it's not fatal, we needed to act very quickly, where we administered the clot busting medication called TPA. She didn't improve, she didn't get better, so immediately we activated the brain cath team. Within 20 minutes, using an EMBOTRAP device, we managed to clear her arteries. The EMBOTRAP device is the first stent retriever introduced into the US market here with an extensive specific design in mind to remove brain clot. One of the most impressive result, her clot was removed from the single attempt, and her artery is completely back to normal. Angie's recovery and Angie's story really remarkable for so many features. One, she's young, she's a mother, she's a wife. The long-term recovery in my mind is almost completely back to baseline. She managed to go back to work within days.
Just kind of a goal for myself, since I know that 2-year mark was kind of important for recovery purposes, I set in my mind that I wanted to be able to run another half marathon. So then prior to my 2-year mark, I started running some more. I ran the entire half marathon and completed it. But I felt good about at least being able to at least accomplish that again, and it kind of made me feel a little bit better about my recovery overall. Since my stroke, I've kind of looked at life a little differently. I was just spending a little more time with my daughter, try to get a little more one-on-one time on her, because I do remember being in the hospital and thinking, gosh, I don't know if she would even, if something would have happened to me, if I would have passed away, how much she would remember of me, and just want to kind of make some more connections with her.
Well, Angie's a wonderful partner, a wonderful wife, and certainly a wonderful mother. As much as things have changed, they could certainly be a lot worse. And that's what I concentrate on.